their drug dog and how a search of a car turned up marijuana. And they specifically mentioned it. So it doesn't sound like we're there yet.
No.
And I don't know. What are your thoughts? How are we going to help retrain our police force so that their perspective on marijuana is aligned with the laws of the state of Michigan?
It's a tough one because it's like it has been with the medical marijuana law. Everything's different from department to department. You have more progressive departments that actually do periodic training with their officers at least once a quarter, and at least one or two of those a year is some sort of a legal update. Some departments do no training. So
you're just left to your own devices, and hopefully you're reading.
There's no direction on how a police department, each individual police department should disseminate information and case updates and law updates and all that stuff. So it depends. You could have a totally terrible department, and there's a lot of them out there. They do no training. They're such a small department, they don't have like a daily roll call. You might have one officer per shift, and or you have a bigger department. They don't pass along information at the roll call. They write down everybody's name, who's working, and what their radio numbers are, what car they're taking, and off you go. And they don't pass along information.
Maybe they didn't watch the news. Maybe they're hermits.
And I think I told this story a couple of weeks ago, but no, they don't understand. And my example is even more horrible because it's about investigators for the Detroit Water Department or the Great Lakes Water Authority, and they are not going around investigating water fraud or water theft. This clown crew is running around. This clown crew's running around Detroit, sniffing out marijuana in warehouses and fucking with marijuana people.
Yep, see,
he
that's
specifically
bullshit.
told me, this one guy told me after Prop 1 had passed, and it was after December 6th, they just so happened, he's got so many of these stories, that they just so happened to stumble across this warehouse that smelled like marijuana that they had no choice but to call DPD out. And I'm like, what did you call them out for? A goddamn civil infraction? Well, they were in violation. I said, in violation of what? Well, they were over their plant count. First of all, how do you know that? Based on your smell? No. Number two,
they sniffed it out.
And if they're still over their plant count, it's a fucking civil infraction,
yeah,
you jackass.
Boom.
So that's your dumb cops out there right now. Right. These guys are investigators, so they're both retired. So they both spent a lot of years in the police department as in different capacities, training officers, investigators, and they don't know, they still to this day don't take a fucking extra 5 minutes and read the new goddamn law that's very significant, you dumbasses. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
There's my rant, Michael.
That was a good rant.
Esteban Miller.
That was,
recovering
but I think,
police officer.
Unfortunately, the long and short of it is that
wake up.
The police are still going to smell marijuana, and they're going to treat it as probable cause.
They're not going to smell THC because it's odorless.
Yeah, that's right. But they...
but are they going to be able to tell if it's hemp or not?
I don't know. And you know what? Case after case is going to get thrown out. But the unfortunate part is that the people that don't have the money to hire a great attorney might end up getting stuck with some bullshit plea.
You're right.
And people's cars will get tossed. People will spend the night in jail. It's absolutely ridiculous. But it's 10 o'clock. I think we're going to shut her down. It's been a good week, Lord. But not for me.
Good what?
I think Jim's praying.
Oh, that was the Jeff Hankton and Millie song. So, anyway, we're out.
All right.
Have a good week, everybody.
And
Let us through while you guys were on your business meeting. So you guys were off dicking the dog.
Dicking the dog.
Come writers and critics who prophesied with your pen. Keep your eyes wide, the chance won't come again. Don't speak too soon, for the wheel's still in spin. And there's no telling who that it's naming. For the losing now will be elated to win. For the times they are a-changing. Come senators and congressmen, please heed the call. Don't stand in the doorway, don't blacken the hall. For he who has lost is he who has all. There's a storm outside and it's raging. It'll soon shake your windows and rattle your walls. For the times they are a-changing. It'll soon shake your windows and rattle your walls. For the times they are a-changing. Some mothers and fathers throughout the land, don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command, and your own road is rapidly aging. So get out a new one if you can lend a hand. For the times they are a-changing. Come gather round, people, wherever you may roam. Admit that the waters around you have grown. Admit that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is the saving, well, you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone. For the times they are a-changing. For the times they are a-changing.
Hey, Red Freak, wanna ride, man? Hey, man, come on in. What's happening? Hey. Oh, yeah, man. What's that door? Hey, man, as soon as the light change, we go. Yeah, thanks a lot for stopping. Oh, that's cool, man.